Welcome. You likely already know me as I go by many names. Omega, Cool, Overpriced, but there is a name I'm sure we can all agree on. Tahu, Master of Fire! Wait, what do you mean I can't use my powers until I get my golden mask? I'm Tahu, Master of Fire, not background stoves! Gosh dang marketing.
Hello everyone, and welcome to the recent review. Today we're looking over set number 70787, Tahu, Master of Fire. The set contains approximately 89 pieces, was released in early 2015, and the time of release was about $20. Now, if you follow the channel, and more specifically the recap reviews, then you'll know I very recently reviewed Brutaka, who's released in 2006. Now, at the time of his release, he was also $20. Same as Tahu here. Now, Tahu is the center of a lot of debate, specifically Tahu. On a broader scale, it is the majority of the $20 masters. However, Tahu most specifically, because he's only 89 pieces, but still priced at Titan prices. So, we're going to find out if he is worth that price or not. But, before we begin the review, let's start off with my least favorite part. The box. Tahu, mask, skull spider, information. Doesn't look like there's any warning, so I assume you can eat these pieces. They're probably spicy. Tahu mask, skull spider comic, and combination model, and wow, the box can turn invisible too, allowing us to get back to the set. So, trinkets, as per usual, are the skull spider, this time in the spring green, which looks very unnatural, very creepy, especially with this mask design. The skull spider has 4 points of articulation and can clip onto the mask via the standard clip-on system. The other trinket is the golden mask of fire, which actually in and of itself, when it was originally seen, came under a lot of fire for being very weird and unusual, but people got used to it and it does look really cool. There are currently, at the time of this recording, 2 variants of this. The red one not being included. There is a clear one and there is a polybag version that is orange, translucent orange, like his armor. So, let's get into the set. Pros and cons right off the bat. First of all, if you like CCBS, you're going to consider that a pro, and you're going to like this set. Because it is CCBS, it's very sleek, very smooth, very shiny, and the parts will not break on you. So if you like the ball and socket system, you're going to enjoy this set. You'll consider that a pro. Another pro would be his consistent color scheme, which it definitely is. It's bright matte red, gold, translucent orange, black, gray, and smidge bit of silver. Now the pro would be all of his points of articulation. Standard 3 in the legs, arms, 1 in the neck, and if you count them, 2 in the shoulders. That's definitely a pro. Another pro a lot of people would consider would be his functions, which he has primarily 2. The first one would be his gear system. You turn the gear back here, he will swing his arms. And it works very nicely, especially well integrated with the CCBS. Now, the other function is on the back of his head, he has his eye stalk. If you push down on that, the mask will fly off, allowing for a pesky little skull spider to latch on. Now, you'll find that a lot of instructions will tell you to wrap the legs around the head. Now, this is very difficult, and a lot of the time will make things a lot messier than it should be. So, if you absolutely cannot get the skull spider off, the simple way, with the lever, then just pick it off, and it'll probably be a lot easier. Now, the pro a lot of people would consider would be his new pieces, specifically his lava board, or the 2 blades that comprise it, and the armor add-ons, which he comes with 6. There we go, yeah, 6, which is the most out of any of the Toa Masters. He also comes with the new mask, and I do believe these are recolored pieces. However, they may not be. I'm not sure at this moment. So that pretty much covers all the general pros. Very simple things, but overall, this set is very solid. There's not a whole lot of things, but for what they are, they're very important and very good. Let's really quickly go over his dual weapon function, as all the Toa contain that. Now, his two golden fire swords here are really cool. He can clip on to his fire or lava board. However, Tahu can do something that pretty much none of the other Toa can, at least out of the box. He has here these two little attachments. And if you take these swords and you plug them in very carefully. Come on, get in there, I'm trying to review this. There you go. They will store on his back, but that's not all. They're articulated. They have a very wide range of motion, which will lead a lot of credence to posing. It is really great. Come out in a lot of really great poses, and a lot of people really like the ornamental look that they have. And that leaves the lava board. Now this is really cool. A lot of people consider this to be a pro in and of itself, considering how it will stick together, unlike Lee Khan's fire swords. These will. Now a lot of times you'll find that these come in bent. Now, the way to fix that is just to bend it back, but even still it may be very loose and come apart very easily. However, very simple fix is to run it under some hot water and then bend these little tabs inward. And that should hold it together quite nicely. See? Now, as for the fire swords, split them apart, take this little piece and put it on the back like so. Take this, put the pins inward, take this, put them over here, and there you have it. His quote-unquote adrenaline mode. Tahu, Master Fire with lava swords. I know they're not called that, but, that's just what I'm saying. So a lot of people would consider this to be a pro, considering the swords evoke the Toa Nuva version of him from 2002. That's a really cool sight to see, especially with the flame pieces right in the center of the blades. It's really fantastic. And overall, the set looks really cool. So that generally covers all the pros. However, what about the cons? What makes this set a little bit less worth getting? Now, real quickly, I'd like to point out I am talking very quickly and getting through things at a very rapid pace. However, that's because there's a lot to say here, and I don't want this to run too long. I'm trying to keep this under half an hour, if you don't know. So let's get to the cons. Some cons some people may have. If you don't like CCBS, you're going to consider that a con, and you're going to like this set a lot less because of it. That's just plain and simple. So if you don't like the system, you won't like this period. Now, a bunch of other cons, my apologies, that people have specifically would be with the shoulders and the gappiness. Tahu, in a lot of areas, is actually quite gappy. Specifically back here on his back armor, which he thankfully has. Here in his hip armor, which has a clear gap right there. His shoulder armor, right through there, and right around here. And actually right between his arms and his torso. Now, because of his construction, because of the back, the gearbox construction, it actually expands his shoulders and puts a noticeable gap right there. And a lot of people do not find that to be very attractive on this set. So, some people may not like that, but it's very easy to ignore. Some other things people don't like. A con that could be very easily considered for this set is the fact that the arms, through use, will start to pop out. Now, very simple way to fix this without taking any armor off is to extend the arm outward and push in. Very simple, very easy. You shouldn't have too much of a hassle. Another issue a lot of people have with this set would be the back of his legs. The back of his legs are very unarmored, and because of the CCBS, they basically look like sticks against a wall of red. Speaking of the legs, he has very difficult time posing his feet like that or too much like that. There is a limit to how far they can go, even with the friction joints added. Another early con people will have with this set will actually be the friction joints on his legs. When you move his legs, very early on after you build the fresh new set, they will pop off like so. Of course, over time and with use, this problem will become a non-issue. So overall, that is the majority of the cons that I believe people would have with this set. Alternatively, there's also the open ball joints here and here, but that's all down to interpretation. Finally, the one final thing that I think people could have issue with would be his chest armor, as with all the others. Now, on the flip side, some people do like it because it adds a certain uniqueness, almost a tribal look to the Toa. And some people do genuinely enjoy that. On the flip side, it is really odd looking. It's asymmetrical, and to a lot of people looks like basic scribbles. And this thing is kind of unusual to see. It is nice to see it. It is gold, it is printed, and there is a lot of orange, and the detail work, specifically on all the cracks and crevices, is quite impressive. So, if you like it, then it's a pro. If not, you'll probably consider it a con. Depends on how you look at it. So that pretty much covers all the pros and the cons. Now, it's time to look over the combination model between him and the Protector of Fire. And here we have Tahu, the Master of Fire, alongside set number 70783, Protector of Fire. The fire motif is very evident here, especially with the colors, the translucent pieces, and the flame pieces, Protector of Fire's weapons, and Tahu's. So, they both look really great. Let's mix them up. Not mixels though, I swear. So, skull spiders aside, let's get started. First of all, take off the red mask. That's not going to be needed for this. Give him his gold one, and let's begin. Protector of Fire needs to lose his weapons pretty much immediately for this to work, but keep the blue pins as those are going to be fairly essential to finish this off. If you can ever get them out of his hands. There we go. Then, take off this. Now this is going to be a little bit trickier because you need to get rid of the ball joint as well. I advise just leaving it in there and getting it out like that. Now, put Protector of Fire to the side. He is not needed anymore. Now, for Tahu, take this weapon in his left hand, put it in his right hand, but upside down, so it's like that. Perfect. Now, take this shoulder piece, pop it off like so. Leave the lava board how it is. No need to do anything with that. Put the blaster on, you're almost there. Take the weapons, put them backwards. Almost like he's got a fire fist. Just like so. And put him back on his board. And there you have it. Tahu's powered up mode. Pretty simple, just like all the others. The only pieces you have left over is this fire protector and the mask. But that is the skinny of it. Now the pros and cons are fairly self-evident. The pros would be that he has a lot of new weaponry added to his arsenal, a unique new weapon here, a flame fist which does look really cool, and the blaster which works really well. Now the cons are also fairly self-evident. Some people believe that the gold is too much with the golden mask. A lot of people will not like the way that this looks, nor this, or the blaster, which has cons of its own, specifically in the fact that it will lose ammunition quickly. But other than that, all the other standard pros and cons apply, and it's all in the eye of the beholder. Whether or not you like this set, or this combination model, is totally up to you. Well, thank you all very much for watching. That has been Tahu, the Master of Fire. Did you guys enjoy this review? What do you think of Tahu? Do you think he is worth the $20 price tag after watching this? Thank you all very much for watching once again. If there's anything I missed, messed up on, or should have mentioned according to you, please let me know either in the comments down below or on the TTV message boards. Thank you all very much for watching. See you all next time.